My next guest takes on Suman Mokhtarian coming up here at UFC Fight Night 141 on December 1st. It is Sodiq Yusuff joining me here on the program. Sodiq, how are you?
I'm feeling great, man. Ready to get things started, man. We're 3 weeks out right now, so it's a lot. It's around that time where you're kind of getting antsy, but I know it'll be here before I know it.
Yeah, when did you find out about this fight? Because you won your UFC contract on Contender Series, and I'm sure they told you, we'll get you a fight soon, but it's been a little while since you fought last.
Yeah, it's been a little while because I had some injuries I was dealing with. I hurt my foot pretty bad in the fight, and then it took a long time for us to kind of get right. But I knew about my opponent for a while. I just didn't have a date. Like I knew I was supposed to be fighting Suman about almost a month ago, but the date kept shuffling back and forth. Like before, we were supposed to fight on this card December 1st, but then they said they didn't have enough space for us, so it was gonna be on the 29th, I think. That's the Gustafson and Jones card, and then it was January, so it just kept bouncing back and forth, and then last week it finally got confirmed.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm sure you were just staying ready, though, in case something did pop up relatively soon, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm always in the gym all the time anyways. I tried to take the fight against Artem Rem when Artem lost his opponent. I accepted that, but I understand my name's not big enough. It's not too little risk to I mean too big of risk, too little reward, you know. So I couldn't really get that opportunity. But I'm always in the gym, always training, getting ready, just for small chances like that. In case if something crazy comes up, you could easily step in.
Were you worried at all you might not fight this year?
Uh, no, because I wasn't worried. I'm not. I'm a very go with the flow kind of guy, you know. So even if I didn't fight this year, I was gonna fight next year. Is what's meant to be is meant to be.
Okay, fair enough. Going to Australia for your UFC debut. You excited about that? You like traveling? Is that one of the things you're going to enjoy about this?
No, I don't, I
Well,
don't
some fighters like traveling. That's why I asked. So
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, I'm sure you would have liked your debut a little bit closer to home.
Exactly, exactly. Like it would be nice to visit Australia and stuff, but I'm going there for work, you know. It's not really like I'm going there to have fun. It would be a lot better if we was it to have it over here. But, you know, it's just you go over there and get your work done, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. When are you arriving in Adelaide? When are you getting down there?
I'm probably gonna leave here around the 23rd, maybe get there on the 25th. So probably that Monday, the Monday of the fight.
Okay. And I know sometimes when you travel really far, the corner situation can be a bit difficult. I know sometimes they only give you a few options. Have you sorted that out yet?
Yeah, yeah, it sucked, man. I think they only really provide them payment for one corner, so you know the rest is gonna come out of pocket, and we're just gonna have to eat it for now. You know, it's the debut. It's just this is my coming out party, so you know, like all the tickets and stuff like that. It's just you gotta eat that. The coming out party, let the UFC know who you are, and then we'll worry about the rest after that.
Who are you bringing with you down to Adelaide?
Same people, Master Lloyd, Coach Jamal, and my boxing coach Herb Martin.
Okay. Yeah, gotta stick with what works, right? I mean, I hear you on that, and it's an investment at the end of the day. I mean, you don't want to have any regrets, for something like a cornerman. So I hear you on that. Now let's talk about your opponent here. What I kind of like about this fight is it's kind of like Contender Series versus the Ultimate Fighter. Did you watch Suman on the Ultimate Fighter at all, or was it someone that you had to sort of look up after?
No, I didn't really watch that season of The Ultimate Fighter. So after I got the fight, I went back to go watch his fight on The Ultimate Fighter, and I really like the matchup, man. I love it. It's I think he's primarily more of a jiu-jitsu guy, more of a grappler. I've been training with those my whole career since the beginning, since day one. So I really like the matchup.
Is there any been or there has there been any trash talk so far? We know Suman really likes to sort of talk on social media and everything like that. Is that started at all, or has it been relatively quiet?
Oh no, I don't pay attention to anything like that. You know, I've never been one to try to force a trash talk. So if he's talking trash, he's probably talking to ghosts. But I doubt it. If there's been trash talk, I'm sure I would have been tagged in it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just figured. I know he's done that in the past as far as getting matchups and everything. Training camp, is it just business as usual? Just training with the same guys. Peter Pettis, James Vick, guys like that.
100%. We actually got a couple of guys that came down from Florida from the Freestyle Fighting Academy. So a lot of people. Jason Suarez, he was
Oh,
on I
I know
think.
him. Yeah, he's fights for Titan, doesn't he?
Exactly, yeah. So him and a couple of his boys from his crew, they came over here to try to help us out. So it's just But mostly everything else has been in-house, nothing changes. I'm not gonna change up something that works, is working for me. I gotta keep it going. Right now I'm focusing on just adding more tools to my toolbox and just increasing my skill set.
What about you mentioned not changing anything? What about the weight cut? Are you going to cut a little bit more before you head over there, or are you just plan to keep things normal?
So because of the traveling, I know it affects like the water and stuff like that. But since I'm getting out there a little bit earlier, it should be all right. I remember when I traveled over to Jordan, and that one was a little bit rough. So
Right. Yeah.
as soon as I got off the plane, it was straight to the sauna. But since we're getting there a lot earlier, it should be well adjusted. My weight's kind of the same area. It usually is like 3 weeks out, so I should be all good to go. Don't jinx me now.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying anything. December 1st. How do you see this fight playing out?
Honestly, I see it going maybe to the end of the second round. The first round is probably going to be a lot of grappling exchanges, and then I could see him tiring out. He tires out a lot in this fight. I know he likes to take the fight to the ground. Almost all his wins are by submissions. I don't think he has any wins by strikes. So he's probably going to try to look for the takedown again. And everybody see my video. You know where I'm strong at. A lot of people haven't gotten to see my jiu-jitsu. Most people don't even know I'm from a jiu-jitsu gym. It always, I
Right.
always end
Yeah.
up,
No, it's true because you've sort of brought a variety of different tools in your fights, so it's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So everybody always prepares for the striking, but I'll be happy to exchange some grappling positions with them, and then towards the end of the second or towards the end of the third, try to look for that knockout.
As you look into 2019 and being a new UFC fighter, is there any cards you're looking at getting on next year? Assuming you come into this fight relatively healthy.
Yeah, I really wanted to get on the first ESPN one. So honestly, if this goes by like real smooth without any injury, I'll try to get right back on track. Okay. So the first ESPN, because I know it's gonna be a big deal. The same way the first Fox one was a big deal. So try to get on the first ESPN one, and after that, honestly, I'll just go with the flow.
Most important question in this interview: you're going to be taking a long plane ride. So, what's your strategy for going on the airplane? Because you got to keep yourself occupied. I know sleep's probably part of that, but are you downloading any movies? You bringing any video games with you, or are you taking the risk of seeing what the airplane has as far as their movie selection? Because sometimes
Nah,
it can be pretty grim.
nah, I have my same audio books. I have some books that I've listened to over and over again, and I'm just gonna keep those on repeat and download a few of my favorite podcasts.
Okay, is that Audible? I know that's like the big app that everyone uses for
Yeah, yeah, Audible.
audiobooks. Okay, what are you reading right now? What's something interesting that you can tell my listeners here?
One of my favorite is the Championship Mind. I like that book. I think I probably listened to that almost 7, 8 times. The Championship Minds and Relentless. That's another one I like. There's just almost things almost around that same kind of area, like stuff about sports psychology and talent code. I like stuff like that. That one doesn't really deal with sports psychology much, but it's kind of it tells you about how some people became who they are. So just stuff around that same area.
Okay, who narrates these things? Like, do they have any like celebrities come in? Like, does Morgan Freeman do any of them? Or
Yeah, I think a lot of those books they do have like guest speakers and stuff, but I never select it. It's like I think it's more pricey to get like a special voice to do the
that's
book.
true. It would be pretty costly. I think Morgan's pretty busy. He's got a lot of narrating gigs these days. It seems like so. He's
Exactly.
doing those phone commercials now. So I don't know. It seems like it would add up.
I'm not buying the special editions of any one of those
Right,
audiobooks.
exactly. But they should. How cool would that if they did give you the option? You could pick like different voices or something. I think that would maybe that's in the future. They could somehow like figure out a way to just get the person to to record a bunch of stuff and they could just mash it together and do audiobooks or something.
Yeah, there are some where they get like the person that actually wrote the book to narrate it. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it doesn't really work out. Like Jocko Willink, I think he narrates his own book, so that one's kind of cool because he so like he has like a real raspy voice. But then there's like you don't want to hear like you're a great writer, but I don't want to hear you talk.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what, we want to see you fight. This is going to be a great card. UFC Fight Night 141, December 1st. Sodiq, always a pleasure chatting with you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, every one of my social media is always Super Sadiq. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of it is all Super Sadiq. And my same sponsors from day one. I'm represented by Circle Punch. They've from the beginning, man. They've always had my back, and nothing's changed. And everybody else that wants to jump on board after my debut, I guarantee you there'll be a whole lot more.